Have you ever heard the saying, honesty is the best policy? It's something we're taught as kids, but as we grow up, the world sometimes makes us question it. Today, I want to share a story, a kind of modern-day fable, that really brings this idea to life. It's a tale about the friends, a little bit of magic, and a big lesson on honesty and greed. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's dive into the story of Leo and Sam. Leo and Sam were inseparable, friends since childhood. They shared everything: dreams, struggles, and even the last slice of pizza. But as they got older, their paths began to diverge. Leo was a hard worker, always content with what he earned through honest labor. He believed in slow and steady progress. Sam, on the other hand, was always looking for a shortcut. He dreamed of getting rich quick, often feeling frustrated that life wasn't handing him a golden ticket. He saw Leo's patience not as a virtue, but as a weakness. One sunny afternoon, while hiking through an old, forgotten forest they'd never explored before, they stumbled upon something extraordinary. Tucked away in the hollow of an ancient, moss-covered oak tree was a small, ornate wooden box. It wasn't locked. With trembling hands, they opened it. Inside, nestled on a bed of velvet, lay a single, peculiar-looking seed. It shimmered with a faint, otherworldly glow. Beneath it was a small, rolled-up piece of parchment. Sam snatched the parchment and unrolled it. His eyes widened as he read the words aloud, "Plant this seed in fertile soil, and it will grow into a tree of coins. Each day you may shake it once, and coins will fall. But be warned, take only what you need, for greed will turn its gifts to dust." Leo was skeptical. A tree of coins? Sounded like a fairy tale. But Sam was ecstatic. This was it. The shortcut he'd been waiting for his entire life. He grabbed the seed, his mind already racing with visions of mansions and fancy cars. They decided to plant the seed in a secluded clearing deep within the forest, where no one else would find it. They dug a small hole, placed a shimmering seed inside, and covered it with soil. The parchment said nothing about how long it would take, so they agreed to come back the next day. Leo went home feeling a mix of disbelief and unease. Sam, however, couldn't sleep a wink. He was buzzing with excitement, his heart pounding with anticipation. The next morning, they rushed back to the clearing. What they saw left them speechless. In the spot where they had planted the tiny seed, a magnificent tree now stood. It wasn't tall, but its branches were strong and its leaves weren't green, they were made of gleaming, polished silver. And hanging from the branches, like ripe fruit, were hundreds of gold coins, sparkling in the morning sun. It was real. The magic was real. Remembering the warning, Leo said, "Okay, Sam. Shake it once, take only what you need." He stepped forward, gave the trunk a gentle shake, and a small handful of gold coins, maybe 10 in total, fell to the ground. He picked them up. "This is more than enough for me," he said, his voice filled with awe. "It can cover my rent and groceries for the month." He was content. Now it was Sam's turn. His eyes were wide with a hunger Leo had never seen before. He shoved Leo aside and grabbed the trunk with both hands, shaking it with all his might. A torrent of gold coins rained down, far more than Leo had collected. There was a massive pile, glittering at his feet. "Only what you need? Leo, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. We need to take it all," he yelled, frantically scooping the coins into his backpack. Leo tried to reason with him, reminding him of the warning on the parchment, but Sam wouldn't listen. He was completely consumed by his desire for more. He shook the tree again and again and again. Each time, more coins fell, and his laughter grew louder, more manic. But then, something strange happened. On his fifth shake, the coins that fell were no longer shiny and gold. They were dull gray and turned to worthless dust the moment they hit the ground. Sam stared in horror. He looked at the coins already in his bag. They too were dissolving, turning into piles of fine, gray dust that slipped through the fabric of his bag. In a matter of seconds, all the wealth he had greedily gathered was gone. Even the beautiful tree began to change. The silver leaves turned to a rusty brown and crumbled, and the branches withered and cracked. The magical coin tree was dead. Sam fell to his knees, staring at the dust on his hands, his dreams of instant riches turning to ash before his very eyes. Leo stood by, holding his 10 gold coins, a sad look on his face. He put a hand on his friend's shoulder. "I tried to warn you, Sam," he said softly. The two friends walked home in silence. Sam was devastated, but Leo didn't say "I told you so." He knew his friend had learned a harsh lesson. That evening, Leo used one of his gold coins to buy them both a warm meal. He shared his good fortune, just as they had always shared everything else. Seeing Leo's simple act of kindness, Sam finally understood. He had been so blinded by greed that he couldn't see the real treasure he already had, a true friend. The story, though fictional, carries a powerful message. Greed is an insatiable hunger. The more you feed it, the more it demands, and in the end, it often consumes everything, leaving you with nothing. Honesty and contentment, on the other hand, build a foundation for a different kind of wealth, one that is stable, sustainable, and brings genuine peace of mind. Leo's 10 coins were real. They were enough. They represented the value of moderation and appreciating what you have. Think about it in our own lives. We're constantly bombarded with images of extreme wealth and luxury, making it easy to feel like we don't have enough. Social media can create this pressure to chase after more, bigger, better, faster. But this story reminds us to pause and ask ourselves, what do we truly need? Is the endless pursuit of more making us happy, or is it just making us anxious and dissatisfied? True wealth isn't just about the number in your bank account. It's about having meaningful relationships, finding joy in simple things, and having peace of mind. It's the richness of character that comes from being honest, hardworking, and generous. Sam lost a magical fortune, but he gained a priceless piece of wisdom. He learned that the shortcuts in life often lead to dead ends. The real journey, the one that builds lasting value, is often the slower, more deliberate path. So the next time you feel that pull of greed or the temptation to take a dishonest shortcut, remember the story of the coin tree. Ask yourself if you want the fleeting illusion of a mountain of dust or the solid, dependable value of a few gold coins. The choice, as always, is yours. Honesty really is the best policy, not just because it's the right thing to do, but because it leads to a richer life in every sense of the word. Thank you so much for joining me for this story today. I hope it gave you something to think about. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever faced a situation that tested your honesty? Until next time, take care and stay true to yourself.